We are working to make travel times more predictable and improve road safety between Hobart, Sorell and the southern beaches.
So far, we've built an overtaking lane on the Arthur Highway. We've opened the Sorell Southern Bypass. We've replaced the roundabout with traffic lights and improved footpath and bus facilities at the Midway Point intersection, and we've built an overpass to replace the roundabout near Hobart Airport.
We are continuing planning for the duplication of the Midway Point and Sorell causeways. Both causeways will be replaced with higher and wider causeways, increasing them to 4 lanes, 2 in each direction. We'll also be adding an extra lane each way between the airport roundabout and the Midway Point causeway. Part of our planning before we can start construction includes assessing any potential impacts to important plants, animals and marine life, and making plans to prevent or minimise the risk of harm. These plans need to be approved through the Australian Government's Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act.
This process requires extensive scientific environmental investigations, which are complex and time-consuming.
These investigations involve a range of activities, such as recording the movements of migratory shorebirds, researching the habitat of the live-bearing sea star, and measuring water quality as a benchmark for testing during construction.
We have taken samples of the water every month over a period of 12 months. The samples were analysed, both in the field and in the laboratory. We looked at the general water conditions, such as colour, clarity and foams. We collected water at more than 30 locations and tested it for pollution.
During our early investigations, we've confirmed that live-bearing sea stars continue to live on the banks of the causeways.
The live-bearing sea star is listed as vulnerable under both the Tasmanian Threatened Species Protection Act and the National Environmental Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act.
To avoid impact to the sea stars, we're currently working on a potential option to relocate all the animals away from the Midway Point causeway while we're building and return them after construction is complete. The Australian Government will assess our proposed sea star management plan as part of their consideration of the project under the Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act.
We are currently looking for suitable spots to relocate the sea stars to. It requires thorough scientific investigation and trials.
We need to make sure that the new locations have the right types and sizes of rocks for the animals to live on. We also analyse the size of the waves and the height and slope of the shore to ensure the new habitat away from the causeways is suitable for the sea stars. And of course, we check the quality of the water. Testing of relocation sites started in 2022 and will continue through to 2024. While this is the current proposed option for the Midway Point causeway, we haven't decided yet what will happen to the sea stars on the Sorell causeway, as this will depend on the design and agreement from the Australian Government about our approach.
We've also been working with experts to investigate the impact of the project on migratory animals, including migratory shorebirds.
Our understanding now is that the project won't impact the feeding and breeding behaviour of endangered shorebirds. Their current habitat is located a long distance away from the causeways. We are also investigating potential impacts on seagrasses and other marine life. Seagrass is important for biodiversity of the area because many marine species live in it and it's an important food source. We know a lot of people are hoping to have the causeways built as soon as possible. We thank you for your patience while we do this important work to protect our rare and wonderful environment.